Welcome to Gobster's latest video. Remember that the following is his opinions and may offend you. If you are, no one cares. Now let's get to it.
Well, hello you gorgeous mother truckers, you. Welcome to another video. Got a quick question for you. How much do you think this country spends on its welfare bill? £300 billion, and it's going to increase. £300 billion. That's a lot of money. I mean, that's I think only the NHS has more spent on it. Now, one of the side effects of the COOF, still have to call it that because if I use the other word, YouTube nailed the video and I have to put one of those thingies on. But one of the things of that is a massive increase in welfare claimants, a big massive increase in disability claimants, even though some of the disabilities I'd have to question. So when Keir Starmer decided to do his welfare review and they wanted to crack down and just say 5 billion, that's all they wanted to say, just 5 billion, there was uproar and it got changed to basically it's a pile of ineffective shite now. Let's be honest. All it does do is increase the welfare bill, not decrease it, which of course is a typical Labour stroke of genius. But the worrying thing is the fact that you could save £50 billion if you just take the claimants back to what it was in 2019. You see, in 2019, the claimants were way lower, absolutely ridiculously lower. Also, the things people could claim for weren't as ridiculous. I mean, if people are getting payments for failure to thrive, there's a problem. When people are getting payments for tennis elbow, there's a problem. One of the biggest massive increases, of course, is in ADHD. ADHD is now probably the biggest excuse, and I'm afraid I have to say it is an excuse for not doing anything. The other problem, of course, is the fact that since the COOF, an awful lot of things are being done over the phone, not in person, which means that, I'll be honest, I could phone up, have the list of ADHD symptoms. I could have, I mean, I'm overweight. I know I am. I could claim that I'm obese and I can't do anything. So I want money and I'd probably get it because no one would check. Now, the Department of Works and Pensions swear blind that only 2% of their claims are fraud. And I would massively disagree with that. Now, I know some people will probably get quite irate and upset by the fact that I am saying these things. And that's well within your right. But the simple truth of the matter is, £50 billion could be saved by just asking people to resubmit claims. And do them in person. Because you now know, and a lot of people now know, the system can be played. Do I blame the players? As I always say, I never blame the players. I blame the game. But the game can be changed. But the problem is people don't want to do that. And then, of course, is the fact that we could save yet another £12 billion a year by not paying benefits to people who don't even hold British citizenship. No, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We pay £1 billion a month in benefits to people who don't actually reside here. They're here on visas. And then, of course, £8 billion a year for not housing migrants, which is something else for another video. But you can see that savings can be made, and it can be done. And it can be easily done by saying, if you did it now, right, just to let you know, by the 1st of January, anyone who's getting a PIP payment has to reapply. And you'll be surprised, you would probably get half of the people who are claiming, oh, and by the way, it's in person, very important to add that, you would then immediately get at least half of those people who claim it in the new sort of claiming, not claim it because they know they get caught. Well, that's still £25 billion. That's enough to fund your defence increase. But the problem is, of course, no one wants to do that because I think we have lost sight of what the welfare system is supposed to be for. The welfare system is there to help those who genuinely need it. Now, some would say, but Gobster, you've admitted that you're on universal credit, and I am, as are millions of other people. I mean, we don't get a huge amount, but we're on it. Now, universal credit was to give the opportunity for people to survive, more or less. But in reality, you become dependent on that amount of money. And I don't know whether that's such a good thing. But we're looking more at PIP because it's the PIP that they're looking at. And there are an awful lot of weird so-called disabilities that really aren't. And we need to challenge that. And so there does need to be reform, because we do really need to reduce a ridiculously high welfare state. But then again, on the flip side, this government wants everybody to be pretty much wholly dependent on the state for everything. Interesting, isn't it? Any case, enough of that. There are ways to link the channel down below. You can like, you can share, you can hit the subscribe button. In fact, I'm going to leave it to Arnold to let you know what you need to do, because it just makes sense. Any case, enough of that. I'm done. So, until the next one.
Thank you for watching Gobster's latest video. If you enjoyed it, you could like and share. If you want to see more, you can subscribe and hit the notification bell. If YouTube doesn't delete it, you can try and let him know what you think in the comments section below. He will be back. Now, get to the chopper.